Hello, hello. I'm getting YouTube side all set up. So give me a minute. I'm trying to get my stuff together. Lee's got to get her shit together. I'm working on it. I almost hit the end stream button. Oh my God. That's not smart. How's everybody? If anybody's in here, I haven't seen yet. I'm still over on the YouTube side. I'm not staying on too long because I'm doing stuff, but I just wanted to stop doing stuff for just a minute. And let's see. Oh, I got to go over here. Okay. Hello, hello. Is anybody out there? Is anybody out there? I was doing stuff. I just got home. And give me 1 second. I'm having issues. One moment, please. I'm having technical difficulties. All right, let's see here. Give me one momento. Okay. I'm just adding, well, trying to do something. Give me one moment. Probably should have did this before I started, huh? Okay, that's done. All right, I can get rid of that. Let me go back over to here. I guess nobody's out and about. There you are! What happened? Hey, Ark Wildman. Hey, Miss Sharon. All right. How are you guys? I need to settle down for just one moment. One moment. I was just out in the greenhouse putting the fan in there, and it's so windy here. I mean, it's like hurricane winds every few minutes. And if I rolled the side up on the left side where the cucumber row is, and it just whooshed the cucumbers all over off the trellis. It disengaged them from the trellis where they attached. I had to roll the side back down. It was insane, insane. So I just brought a fan out there because it was 92. I just got home, so I went in this morning. It was like 40. It got down to 38 last night. We had put some of those plastic domes over the peppers. And Chris put a Mr. Buddy heater in there only while we were still awake. And then when we went to sleep, he went out and shut it off. When we went to bed, it was 60 something in there because of the Mr. Buddy heater. Because it was supposed to get really cold last night. And it did. It got down to 38 in there. So, but everything made it. I just put peppers in there and tomatoes in there, and they all lasted. And then this morning, when I just got home, it was 91 or 92. So I opened both door screens and the right side where the potatoes, onions, and stuff are. And then I put the fan on in there. So it got down to like 88 when I was just coming back in here. How is everybody? I missed you guys. I've been so busy. Chris has too. He's been going in at 4:30. They have a lot of work. Hey, Lewis. They have a lot of work right now. And it's only 12:30. He just called and he said that he's already done 4 jobs already. And they're just slammed. So we're taking advantage of the overtime, putting it away, getting what we need. He just went after work. He got out late And he managed to get to BJ's and got 25 cases of Poland Springs. It's in the garage. I went out today and the other day, and we got 20 something small bags of potting mix. I got Easy Tack to mulch my stuff when the time comes, because I ordered a whole bunch and then they canceled my order because they couldn't get it out of the warehouse. There was none at the warehouse. So I went to Home Tractor Supply and found it. I got tons of fish emulsion. I got tons of blood meal, bone meal. And I'm not done. I just came home with 2 big 3.8 cubic feet things of peat moss. I'm stocking, and I'm stocking, and I'm paying for cash. I'm not paying anything on. We don't have credit cards. I don't do any of that. So I get a little bit each time I go out. I research where I can find it online real quick, cheaper and closest. The other day when we went to Ocean State, I got 20 something bags of potting mix, because I want to do a lot of containers next year. And this year I'm going to try to get some tomatoes on containers as well as the raised beds. I got a butt ton of flour. It's in the freezer. Pasta. I got some more pasta. That's in the freezer. I stopped at the Salvation Army today. And because it's right next door to where I got the peat moss. And I found the ring too, which I have the ring, and Kingpin, which I watched way, way back when it first came out, and Wyatt Earp. And this is sealed in the package. So this one has Kevin Costner, Dennis Quaid, and Gene Hackman. So that's going to go on my shelf. And I'm always looking for kitchen and prepping items. So look what I got. I got to show you. It was half off too. Half off. I was so happy. The blue tags were half off. I was like, what? I gotta wash it. But I don't have this size. This is perfect. And it was $9.99, so it's half off. $5. $5. It's like, I'm getting that. And then this is brand new. I'll use these because other people have touched them. And, this was $2, and it's a 2-pack. 2 lids. And so I'll use these to put my seed start trays in. And then $5 for all of these. And these are 10 of them all together. So I always buy these because we use them like when the kids are painting or something, or my grandkids come over. Yeah, so I didn't spend a whole lot. But I just needed to get out, I just needed to get out. I got all my pretzels back sealed. Oh, I gotta sit down for a moment. 1 moment, please. How's everybody doing? I know a lot of people are busy out and about. I just came in from the outside, and the wind is so insane. It's like storm. It's like a hurricane over here. It's 61, but it's insane. Insane. Todd's homesick because he's got this. Sierra started off with the stuffy head and the sniffles again. Todd caught it, and he was literally in the car. We were at the school, and he was just sneezing all the way, wiping his eyes, dripping. His eyes were dripping, and they wear masks in school still. Those two do, because there's still a lot of that going around. The C to the V. Still going around. So they have been wearing masks right along, and I just couldn't make him go and sneezing and running the eyes and runny nose while wearing that. So he's home. He came right back home with me after I dropped Sierra. Sierra's not as bad right now, but she's had a few days to kick it. His is just starting. Hey, Rose Young. How are you? So I have been busy this is what I've been doing. And I'm going to be honest with you because you all know I do not know what I'm doing when it comes to gardening. So I watch Hollis and Nancy Homestead right now. I'm tuned into that channel. What I like about his channel is that he goes from seed start, to the type of soil is the same way all the time. How he makes the soil, how he starts his seeds are always the same. And he goes in progression of the video is from seed start. He'll come back to a few weeks later where he shows the plants, and then a few more weeks, what he does if he has to side dress, right up until he harvests. And then he shows how he harvests everything. That's what I need. I need it in monkey terms. Okay. So I literally write it all down for each vegetable. I'm having trouble with the writing because it's getting too much for my hands. But then what I do, because I have a binder with all tabs for all the vegetables we grow, I go back and I type it out. And I make, and it's for each and every vegetable. Broccoli, I don't like broccoli, but Chris does, so I'm growing him some. The Dixon Dale onion starts, because I bought those too. They're on their way, and I have some still in there. Potatoes, watermelon, and radishes so far I've gotten. I have tomatoes written down here, but I've watched all his videos on that particular veggie. Hey, Joe. And I watch all the videos on tomatoes, for example, that he put out. And I write what's the same in each video. And then I make sure I date it too, so that I know I can go back to that date video and find it if I need to watch something. And that's how I'm learning. And like he mentioned, this Thermicide BT for caterpillar hornworms for the tomatoes, which I had a couple last year. So he explained how to do that, and I ordered some of that. I gotta get garden lime. Okay. So yeah, and so I keep this in my binder for each vegetable. It's going to go on the front page, and I'm going to follow his example this year or next year and see how well I do. I have Dr. Earth because of Deep South Homestead. I have that fertilizer. Oh yeah, Joe, I'm glad you got him. Oh yeah. Okay, so you know how I smoke menthols, and I've been hearing everybody talk about the whole menthol thing going on. So I have like 4 bags downstairs still. Chris only has 1 bag of his regulars. So I was going into our site that we order them from. Mine are totally off the site. No more menthols. I had to look for a new site, and I found one. What is it called? Hold on. And it's the same price for the same bag. It's called buypipetobacco.com. I used to use famoussmokeshop.com, but mine are no longer there. So it's happening. So I'm going to order a few more bags this week of mine, because I got to order his anyway. And some more tubes. I think TJ Preps was just talking about it too. She couldn't find any somewhere where she went. I knew it was coming because we all knew it was coming here in Massachusetts. But I still have like 4 or 5 bags. Chris, he smokes the regular ones that taste more like a Newport. 10 can of beaks, beans, and sausages to freeze. There you go, Joe. Sometimes those number 10 cans are a lot cheaper than buying so many small ones. Wow, a carton for $40 over here. They're over $100. Yeah, I smoke the pipe tobacco. And if I have to switch from menthols at some point, I will. I don't have a problem with that. I'll go to the lights. I used to smoke Marlboro Lights. So I'll do that. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Little by little, I got good news yesterday, actually this morning, because Chris went to call the unemployment. I don't know if y'all read my community post. So this is the story. Back in June, when he got let go from his trash truck job, they told him file for unemployment. They weren't going to block him or none of that. So he filed. He kept, he only was out of work 3 weeks. So he filed for those 3 weeks. It was, on hold. They were investigating it. We never got a check until September. He got one lump sum for those 3 weeks. And during those 3 weeks, the last week he started working for where he is now. So I put all that in there. I put his wages in there, what he made, so that we wouldn't get in any trouble for not disclosing it. So when he got his first check, I went in and I put it all in the amounts he got paid. During June to September, in his inbox, he kept getting notices: disqualified because you were fired, then requalified. The last one we got was he was requalified after the investigation. So he got a check for like $3,500 in September. From June to September. Thank God he was working, because, so we put it away. We had it away all winter until we started buying all the garden stuff. We used it. We get notice that they want it back, that it was at fault, that he was at fault at his job. So they want the money back. So I had him call. The lady said, you can request a waiver. So Chris was a little agitated because he could not understand this lady for nothing at all. He finally told her, I can't understand what you're saying, because she must have been from around here. So you need to put me with someone else. So finally she talks real slow. And she goes, now can you understand me? Oh my God, when he told me that, because he was at work doing all this. So he called me, told me. So I went into the account and I saw the link. It was on his homepage. It says submit waiver request. And it said you are eligible for the waiver. So I clicked on it, and that's all you had to do was click on it. You didn't have to fill nothing out. So I thought I lost it when I clicked on it. I said, oh God, I just lost it. We'll see, what happens. Because I thought I had to fill something out, So this morning I get up and I have an email saying that he's got correspondence in there. They approved the waiver, and they literally said it was not his fault. He submitted everything correctly and in time. They didn't come to their decision early enough, because they had 21 days to come to the right decision, and they didn't. Now they're trying to get money back. So it was their error. So we don't have to pay that. Yeah, I was so happy. And then our refrigerator wasn't really dead. It was a GCFI thing on the wall where the outlet is. It just had to be pushed in so the light would go off. Because I was really not wanting Chris to have to take that fridge out and bring the one from downstairs upstairs. But this is why we bought another fridge, a brand new fridge. Because if we would have really had to, we'd have, as it was, we weren't even home. We were at my mother's for Mother's Day. My daughter calls me and says, the fridge stopped working. It died. So we hurried up at my mother's. During that time, the two kids took everything out of the fridge and brought it down into the downstairs one, every last bottle of everything in there. So I'm glad it was just an inconvenience of having to bring it back up and putting it in this fridge. But I cleaned the whole fridge out. We vacuumed out the dust down underneath in the grate because of the cat. And then we realized, and he unscrewed the back panel, not like he knew what he was doing anyway, but we vacuumed it all out. And then he noticed the thing on the wall, the light was on the electrical panel, and he pushed that little button and it started right back up. I was like, oh my God, thank God. All the crises were averted this week. I like bush beans, Joe. Those are my favorite. I have cans and cans because those last. 2026-27 I have on my cans downstairs. Same with the Goya. I love the Goya canned beans because I put them when I make my Spanish chicken. I know, but Chris has never seen that little light on there because it's never really happened. So he didn't even realize it was there. I didn't think, I was just already in a tizzy, you know. And my son's got me the green stock planters. I can't remember the last time I was on here. I'm sorry. They bought me 2 of the 5-tier green stock planters with the bases for Mother's Day using Roots and Refuge's coupon code. So those are going to be coming in. And then my other second son got me the whole box set of Game of Thrones. Because I had found season 1 and season 7 at the thrift store. That was it. Because I was not buying it brand new. So now I have the whole box set. Beautiful box set. That's going to be like a winter thing when winter hits and we can just, when we're staying in, you know. I'm so excited because I know Trust said, don't watch season 1 if you can't go right to season 2 because you're going to be pissed. It's that good. So I'm like, all right. And then I mentioned to my son a while ago, that's what I wanted because they usually get me scratch tickets. And they got it for me. And my green stocks. Oh, I'm so excited. The green stocks, I'm going to do all strawberries in one. And I'm going to do all lettuces. In the fall, I'm going to do lettuces. Because I learned you're better off doing the lettuces in the fall because the temperature just keeps going down. Now, if you try to do lettuces, the temperatures just go up and it just will bolt. So the green stalks, I'm going to get all prepped and ready with the soil. And for the fall, like August or so, I put all lettuce in there. And if money permits, because I like to get 4 altogether. So I'll have 2, and I'd like to get 1 for herbs, 1 for the lettuces, 1 for the strawberries, and then have 1 extra to put different things in, like radishes and some peas at the top. But those 2 I'd have to buy. So I'm going to wait till the end of the year after all our stuff is done and we have enough money saved to get us through the winter. Have you read the books? What books? What books, Rose? I haven't had a chance to really read any books lately. Yesterday I was in there planting outside in the wind. I almost got taken across the yard. I was planting the broccoli. In the greenhouse, I was planting the peppers and things in the greenhouse are doing wonderful. Wait till you guys see. Oh, no, I haven't read the Game of Thrones. At first, I wasn't even wanting to watch it. And then I started getting into the Vikings and those kind of shows. So when I saw that, but I had gotten the Amazon Prime thing so I could watch it. But then when I went to go watch them, you still had to pay. Even though you ordered Amazon Prime. I'm like, nope, I'm not doing that. And I canceled Amazon Prime because I only did it to watch things, and everything I wanted to watch, I still had to pay to rent. I'm like, no, just pays to be patient with me. You know, my boys never know what to get me anymore. Always scratch tickets because I love scratch tickets, but I don't buy them. And so I said, instead of scratch tickets, I want the green stock planner, and I wanted Game of Thrones. Those are 2 ideas. I have 2 boys, 2 ideas. Well, they both each got a green stock, and then my younger son got me the Game of Thrones as a second thing. I'm so excited. I'll have something good to watch. Take no commercials. Sit in front of the fire next winter and just oh, and then I ordered oil the other day. It was $6.18 a gallon when I ordered it. Well, they came yesterday. I ordered it Friday. They came yesterday and they only charged me $6.10 a gallon because that was the current price. Literally the day after I ordered it and paid the $6.18 out of my account, the next day it went down 8 cents. So they gave it to me. They charged me, since they came yesterday, it was $6.10. So that's what they charged me. So I have a little tiny credit on my account. So that was some good news too. Yeah. What's everybody been doing? You guys been out there doing stuff outside? I hope your weather's nicer than over here. It's sunny, but it's so windy. It's like hurricane winds. Hey, Shift Kicker. The books are amazing and so much. Oh, I'm sure they are. Every book is always better than the movie. Always. But I don't have time to sit. The only time I read is when I'm in the bathroom. I have a book on the little table in the bathroom. I get that from my parents. They have magazines on the back of the toilet seat. That's the only time I get a chance to. Last night, Chris had to go in so early, and we were up last night. We're in the greenhouse. He put the Mr. Buddy heater in there for a while before he went to sleep. So we were checking to see how well it was doing. It did pretty good. That little Mr. Buddy heater did pretty good. He put it on a big wooden block in the middle by the front door, and it did really well. And then when he went to bed, he went out and shut it off. Hey, Be Charming. Shift Kicker. I guess you'd have to re-hit the bell. I don't get anybody's notifications anymore. None. I don't get Crazies. I don't get Trust. I don't get anybody's. I literally have to go when I sit down here. I literally have to go into that person's channel and see if they're live. I don't get any notifications. That's why I'm not always there right away anymore. It's just the way YouTube is. I've rerung everybody's bell, and I still don't get notified. Oh yeah, and another happy thing was I got a settlement check from Walmart for their because I go on this settlement site. I have lawsuits or something like that, where people do lawsuits, and if it applies to something that you've bought and you have a receipt or whatever, you fill out the online form. Well, I got a $20 check from Walmart from their price overpricing of things from a certain time period. So I got a $20 check. So I brought that to the bank. I cashed that. I took all my change yesterday, and I was rolling my change yesterday while I was listening to Crazy Irish and Trust, and I had $62 in change. I never do that. I never keep that much change. So I rolled all that. I brought that with, and that's what I bought my peat moss with and the Salvation Army stuff, because I did not want to take any money out of our bill account or anything like that. And if I don't have the money, I don't spend it. But that's what I bought the peat moss and all the Salvation Army stuff with today. Ring my bell, ring my bell. Remember that song? I used to love that song. It used to play at the bar. We'd all be up on the dance floor. Ring my bell. Has anybody heard from Giggles? I haven't heard from her. I got to text her, actually. I'm going to do that while I'm remembering. I've just been like straight out. Vac sealing. Oh, Sierra's got... Oh, tomorrow is... The kids have ortho appointments. All right. Let's see. Before they go, I have to fill out these forms for each of them. Well, no, they don't have a fever. No, they don't have they don't have, I'm going to text her. I haven't been really on YouTube much at all because it's just, it's the busy time right now. Everybody's got the same things going on. They're all busy. You want to get out. You've spent your whole winter in the house. Except I'll go outside, I get blown away. I'm just checking on her. And the time that I am spending over here at my desk, I am going through and researching on each individual vegetable that I plan on growing or that I'm growing. And I want to make sure I get as much information as I can on each one and get my binder complete so I can take that binder out with me when I start planting my tomatoes in the ground. We put tomatoes in the greenhouse, and what I did, I followed Roots and Refuge. I took an egg, cracked it, put it in the hole, put some fertilizer on the top, and I put my plant on it. And they haven't died. So the ones outside, I'm going to try a different way, and I'm going to do it Hollis and Nancy's way, and I'm going to put the calcium nitrate and the Epsom salt in there. And I document it all on my little, like, that way I know what I did where and that way I can see what works best. But, like, this is my tomato one, red for tomatoes. And I put down the day that I did it and what I did, where it is, greenhouse or outside, what I used, if I used fish emulsion or Dr. Earth's or whatever. And then I go to the next date of when I have to do it again, 2 weeks from now. And I also keep a notebook with the date and then what I did that day for plants and a little more detailed so I can keep like a little log. But yeah, that's what I've just been straight out busy. I got to sweep and vacuum, and I did some more seed startings because my peppers finally sprouted in my baggies. I know it's a little late. I have the extra dwarf Baker's Creek tomatoes sprouted, so they're up. I got more stuff on my grow shelf, all tomatoes. It's probably a little late to start them, but whatever takes, whatever doesn't. And they'll go outside in buckets. Hamburger for tacos and Mexican. Ooh, chicken noodle. Last night, I made Chris's hot dogs. I tried to recreate the hot dogs he had at the bonfire from Dogfather Truck. So I did a video. I got to edit that and put it together. But he liked them. And I cooked the bacon without burning it. So, Ginger, everybody's saying the same thing. They're not getting the notifications either. I don't get anybody's. I was just saying that to everybody. I don't get crazies. I don't get trust. I don't get anybody's notification. And I've rerung that bell, resubscribed, unsubscribed, resubscribed. They even took Trust off my channel as a moderator. I had to go in and add him back in. And he's been a moderator since I started doing these things over a year ago. So they do what they want. The YouTubers, the YouTubes. I don't get anybody's notifications. And I just got an email. All my Dixondale onion starts are on their way. And I got red Zeppelin, yellow Spanish onion, ringmaster, and sterling. And each one of those, they send up to 75 starts. 50 to 75. So times that by 4. That's a lot of onions to plant. So when I told Chris, he nearly had a stroke on the floor over there. So we're gonna do the onion raised bed this weekend. It's gonna get built and dug out. He's digging out a whole 4x12 section alongside the right side of the greenhouse, a little further away from it, but that's where it's gonna go. And we're gonna put a border, like the raised beds, but not as tall. It's going to be low to the ground. It's going to be all onions. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of onions. The smaller ones that, you look through them all, you pick out the biggest bulbs and you plant those. The smaller ones you do in maybe buckets or containers, and you use them as like scallions or bunching onions, and you use them to cook with while the big ones are growing. Yeah, CJ. Yes, Sharon. I just finally checked my emails this morning and I sent out emails. I have, Be Charming, pork. I did pork tenderloins, but I haven't opened up the jars that I pressure canned. I haven't. I'm not a big, I don't know. I did pressure can some pork tenderloins and I cut them into chunks. When I was first learning how to pressure can, I think Sutton's Days did it. So I did a batch of that. I keep bringing a jar up to try something with it and then I forget. But yes, I have. I just haven't opened them to try them yet. I'm just starting. I have a jar of ugly chicken on the counter from 2020. I've been slowly using that stuff up. And I'm making Chris chicken bacon ranch pizzas tonight with the stone fire pizza crust. I found someone had posted on Facebook that they showed a picture of them, and they make a whole bunch up on those stone fire pizza crusts. I've never tried them. I found a 3-pack, so I'm going to try them for him. I was thinking that, CJ, if we get an overabundance of stuff, I have a little card table and I have a canopy. And I'm going to set up a little stand up front right here and I'll be home. So why not? Yeah, Chef Kicker. I opened my first can of pressure can ugly chicken not too long ago in a video. And oh my God, I couldn't believe how good it was. Oh my God. So when I use up what I have, maybe I'll take some out of my freezer and can up the older stuff in my freezer and then restock it with fresher stuff. I keep talking so much I let my cigarettes burn out. Oh yeah, I'll be doing that. If we have a lot of stuff, I'm gonna have a little on a stand. But there's a big farm up the street that it's called Tim's Farm, and he sells a lot of stuff too, but it's by appointment only. So I might just have a little table out here with a canopy and I'll throw a chair out there and then maybe I could sit and read some of my books. I found a whole bunch of books to go with the set I'm trying to complete so I can start it. John Sanford, he's a writer and yeah, CJ, we had the same problem. Chris, you'll see I'm putting a video out where Chris just made me covers. They dug up my potatoes all in one corner, right down to almost the bottom of the grow box. So we went and got the thick deer fencing and it's little holes, and he stapled it all on there like he did with the strawberries. He did it for my potatoes. And we did that right away because it was the second time they've gotten in there. Ginger Ninja, the Elite Pressure Cooker. No, I haven't seen any videos of that. I do know that Lori's World has one of those countertop electric canners. And she loved it. Hey, Lady Casca. Yeah, so Chris's bow and arrow is over there in the corner, if you can see it behind the chair. Because he was going to open the window the other night and shoot the otter. There's an otter, a huge otter that's been. So we don't know if it's the otter or the rabbits because there's a big honking rabbit and her babies. We thought the raised beds were tall enough, but something got in there and dug right to the bottom. So he had it out. He was ready to start shooting out there. I had to feed my dad. Change his dressing. That's good. Hopefully everything's okay. Shave them. Yeah, save the squirrels. When I said I was going to have rabbit stew, Sierra nearly had a heart attack. Once the wind goes, I'll be outside more during the day. And I'll be out there pretty much all day, because I do have to get out there and cover my potatoes with soil because I have to get them hilled up. That's on my list next. I did it in the greenhouse a little bit and they just sprouted even more. There's only so much I can put in the greenhouse raised bed because it's not very tall. So they're just going to have to grow out. And that was an experiment. I don't think I'll be doing potatoes in there next year. I think I'll stick to containers. I really like to do the potatoes in the containers. I won't do one section of the raised bed in the greenhouse for potatoes. I could still do them in there, just put them in containers at the end of the greenhouse. There's a little area that's open. So I'm thinking of doing that and use that spot for maybe more onions or something else, I learned a lot so far. Not to put so much like lettuce. Don't do it in the greenhouse because it gets too hot in there and it bolts. So if I'm going to do lettuce, do them in actual pots that I can move out and in. Once you put them in the raised beds, they're in there. You can't just take them out. So I want to keep a little area just for some trays of lettuce or plants so that I can bring them outside and put them on the table outside where they get that sunlight and the cooler air. It's too hot in there at 80, 90 degrees. Hey, What Life and Lisa? Am I close to a water? No, no. I think way, way, way back there's a little spring or something. I know I saw someone else using that, Lady Casca. It looked pretty interesting, that tape, that reflective tape. Oh, who was it? Was it Rusted Garden or Hollis? I can't remember. But I just saw them using that reflective tape. I don't know. It was a big, brown, fat bottomed. I don't know. They stay at the dirt when you see them. They're staying at the tree line in the woods. But yesterday I went outside, and right on my patio block area, there was a little baby bunny hopping away from my grill. It was over by my grill. And my sister came by the other day and brought me some rabbit fencing she had in her garage she wasn't using, a nice big roll of it. It's huge. It's a huge thing, Lady Casca. It's big, fat bottom, big brown. I don't know. Never seen it before this year. Callie Kim's another channel I really like watching. But yeah, we're just plugging along, just keeping busy. Beach Humming, I have a neighbor down the street that does that too. He ties the aluminum pie plates. Oh, that's a good idea, burying chicken wire and then put the landscape. Good idea. Could be a groundhog. I don't know. I only seen the rear end of it. So, and who knows, we have the lights that come on and off when you go by them, but I always forget to turn them on. I forget to flip the switch to get them started and before I go to bed. And I don't sleep on that side of the house anyway, so we're all sleeping. What good would that do? But he put fencing around it, and they haven't bothered it since. They haven't touched the onions. Something pulled one, but since then nothing. And I put marigolds in, and I put some broccoli in too, and nothing's touched that. But I went to the Dollar Tree and I got those waste baskets that are all the metal with the holes, mesh type of things, and I put those over. I'm surprised they're still there with all this wind, but I pushed them into the soil and ended up bending the tops because they're so flimsy. But I'm hoping everybody got their seeds. A bunch of you have already emailed me and said you got them, and I'm grateful that you got them and they weren't held up in the mail or anything like that, because I know some places it's probably past the time to garden now or put them in, but at least you'll have them for next year. So I'm grateful that you guys could use them, and I'm glad you all got them. And I don't go to that side of the yard because there's always ticks over there. I stay away from over there. But Chris, once he's home and we're not running out to get things, he'll be back there burning wood and stuff, and he'll be a lot of activity over there because we're going to clear a spot just for bags and bags of whatever we need, and we're going to put it there and in the shed too. We're stocking up, guys. We are stocking up. Whatever we don't use this year, we're going to keep going and get more for next year. And fertilizers too, because some of my bags of fertilizers, the tomato tone and all those, my Dr. Earth says good till 2025. So I'm going to keep ordering until, you know, money runs out. I am stocking and stocking so that next year we'll have everything here and I won't have to go hunting for stuff. I take all of this, what's going on around us, very seriously. I may not be listening to everybody and spending all these hours in the live streams, but I'm hearing what they're talking about and it's giving me my push to go and get this and go and get that and go get this and go I'm realizing some things that they talk about I didn't stock, so I'm putting that on my list and I'm just doing it. I'm not sitting around for hours on live streams anymore right now. There's no time for that. There's no time for it. I've already got Christmas started. When me and Chris went out over the weekend and we stopped at the places and got some of that some of the meat and stuff. There was a lady that had a whole table set up of all things she did. Might have been on a Cricut or something. And I got a beautiful Christmas present for somebody already. It went, I put it away for Christmas. And I got a few things already started for Christmas. So my mind is always what did we watch the other night? Me and Chris sat down after our out and about. We went out and we got some gourmet type cupcakes and we ordered Chinese and we sat and watched What About Bob and One Crazy Summer. He's been wanting that DVD with John Cusack. And so I ordered it and it came in and we sat together after a nice long day of being out together, riding around, getting our compost and this and that. We sat down and watched One Crazy Summer and then we watched What About Bob. It was so nice to just sit and relax, and watch something together where he didn't have to go right to bed because he didn't have to work Sunday. It was Mother's Day. Service should be my two sisters do beekeeping. They went to classes, learned last year, set up the bees hives, and they're out there in my parents' house always doing their beehives. Let me go over here for a second and click that link. Hold on. Let's see what a groundhog looks like. No, it had a... Oh, it could have been. Look at that tail. That's like the tail it was. And it was big like that bottom picture. Yeah, that could be it. I'm going to show Chris that. Thank you, Shift Kicker. It could have been that. That's probably what it was. Freaking huge. We've never seen one here. Oh, you really? 2 hours of sleep? Oh my God, I would lose it. Oh yeah, your daughters are graduating. You're going to be busy for a while getting everything she needs for her. She's going away, right? So she's going to need stuff for her dorm. Yeah, you're going to be busy. But it'll settle down at some point. Hopefully. Chicken noodle. Takes me 2 hours. You know what I've been taking to go to sleep? Because at night I'm sore. I take the Tylenol PM. And I don't take it every night. Maybe once a week I only need to take it if I'm really sore. And that just knocks me out. Pittsburgh. Oh, yeah. Well, congratulations to her. It's going to be a new chapter for her. Yeah, Ms. Sharon. My sisters started doing it last year. Hopefully, I can get some of that honey that they produce. I haven't asked. Um, what else? I got to go out and check on the greenhouse in a few minutes. Oh, chicken noodle. I tried melatonin and it made me zooted. I was up all night. I did the opposite. Melatonin does the opposite for me and for Sierra. Same with that Z-Quil. I took that and I was all over the house. No, I think I did. Yes, chicken noodle. Yeah, I did. I did. I just linked my Facebook to here. I sat here all the other morning while listening to Crazy and Trust, and I'm just trying to figure. I on my homepage up on the far right, I put my Thrive Life link. I could not figure out how to do the Facebook because I could link it to my Facebook, but I couldn't get that little F symbol. So I noticed Broussard Homestead had it, so I texted him and asked him how to do it. But before he could text me back, I figured out how to do it. So he texted me. He's like, I was driving, but I'm glad you figured, because I texted him back. I said, oh, I figured it out, but thank you anyway. And he's like, I was driving. I'm sorry I couldn't answer you, but I'm glad you figured it out. Yeah, so I put my Thrive Life link, a PayPal donate button link, and because I saw Hollis and Nancy had one. I go to other channels to see what they do, just to get ideas. And they had a PayPal donate link, so I put that up there, and then I put the Facebook link. I do have an Instagram. I haven't gone in it in so long, so I may eventually link that to it and start posting things. But I don't have the time to post to all these sites. Is it too late to start? I don't know. I don't grow carrots because nobody here really eats that many. It's not cost productive to grow carrots here. Sierra, every blue moon, she'll want some baby carrots, but I bought her a bag and half the bag sitting in there, and I don't use that many carrots. I can't have a lot because they're full of sugar. Hey, Equine. Hairspray got ink out? I did not know that. CJ, check your zone. Oh, the gardening zone. Yeah, I think we're 6. I wrote it. I have it taped to my binder. Here, I think we are like 5B, something like that. Yeah. I know my mom planted carrots one year. I just don't. I don't know. I don't know. I know I was at Aubuchon's today. It's where I got some peat moss, and they had all the plants out there, and they had a few of basil. And I grew a bunch of basil. Only one took, and that's out in the greenhouse. And I want to get another basil plant I should have picked it up. I want to get another one for outside where my tomatoes are going to be. I may go back and get some more basil. And put that in. And then I have a few indeterminate different varieties of tomato that I want to put out on. But I'm waiting another day or two because tonight's supposed to be like 40, 42. And then the nights are going to get warmer. So I'm going to wait another couple of days and put those out soon. But I started a whole bunch more of the tomatoes, and they're about that tall. They just poke through the soil. So it's probably too late for some of those. We'll see. Because I had lost some and I panicked and I just started a whole crap ton more and I didn't need. So I may not even get to use those. But I did start my top hats, my little mini dwarf ones from Baker's Creek. So I'm hoping those go in just a little pot, little tiny pot. Hey, Don. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, family does suck. I know. That's why I keep my distance from everybody, honestly. I don't have the patience to deal with things anymore, other people's things. Okay, CJ, I cannot grow onions from seed. I tried celery. I can't do that either. The lettuce just took off. but it's going to bolt soon because it's going to get too hot. So I'm going to start more lettuce in the fall. I'm going to start peas in the fall again, do more radishes, and maybe try celery again in the fall. I don't know. Is celery a fall crop? I don't know. But I figure, you know what, next year I can try those types of things more because I'll have already grew this stuff and learned a little bit more. Because I've never grown onions. I had to buy them started already from Dixondale. I never grew broccoli, and some they're taking off. They're growing. I don't know how big they'll get. I never did that. I never did basil. I never did parsley, and I have parsley growing. So I'm trying a little bit, but I'm also relearning how to do the regular stuff, cucumbers and tomatoes, and doing it the right way. Because last year I just threw stuff in soil and I never fed any of it. Never fed them at all. So I've taken the time now to really learn, like I said, about each item that we eat. I'm really researching each item that we eat, and I am making detailed notes, especially from Hollis and Nancy. I really like them. They do it step by step by step. And their videos it must take a whole season for them from start to finish because they start at seed starting. They do a clip of that, and then they come back weeks later, do another little bit on that particular veggie. And then they come back another 10, 12 weeks, right? And then they come back and harvest. So they're constantly editing and creating more footage. And that's what I need from start to finish. Literally, like the broccoli, I write down, you mash in with your fingers nice and tight, you pre-moisten, and he does it the same way for all his stuff. So I literally, it's step by step by step. And we'll see. Next year, I'm going to do everything like that. This year, I did Dr. Earth's. I used pre-bagged soil. Next year, my containers, I'm going to do it his way and make it with peat moss and potting mix and perlite. And that's all he uses and black cow. We got a whole bunch of black cow. And we bought compost, and it's way in the back. So next year is going to be a better thing for us because all the grow beds will be set up already. And it will be strictly planting, not creating the grow boxes and building this and building that. And you know what I mean? It'll be straight. Just get out there and plant. Amend your beds and plant. Nothing else. There'll be nothing else to build. Can you do lettuce and you grow? I did start my lettuce that way. They're outside now in the sun on the patio table where it's really windy right now. But they've been on my enclosed porch during the night times, and they've been doing wonderful. So we'll see if we get lettuce. Hey, Miss Kim. Hi. How are you, honey? So me and Chris used to do this online thing. It was Foxwoods Online, and it's just slot machines and gaming tables. You don't win, and you don't play with your money. You play with their coins, And if you link your Foxwoods card that you have, because we have a Foxwoods, it's not too far from here. As you're playing their online games, you're racking up points, and after you get so many points, you can get like a gift card or a gas card or use it as points in there when you go to their restaurants and stuff. A couple of years ago, we were playing it like all day, every day. And we had so many points. We would get free meals at Fuddruckers and this place and that place. Free slot play. You can redeem it for free slot play vouchers. And I stopped doing it because it was just getting monotonous, the same slot machines. And you have to, once you're out of coins, you have to wait to re-up till every hour. You can click a button and collect more coins. And he just started playing it again. And then I started playing it last night. And so it was a little break from everything. And we were up doing that last night too. He was giving me all the free codes. There's this website you can go and it's a gamer site, and people that play this as well, they give all these codes where they find codes and promo codes, and it gives you a whole bunch of coins and stuff. And so I was typing all those in. And thank you, Care. Thank you. It's only a 0.56 acres where we live. That's it. And our pool took up a lot of it. Can you hear the wind? It's so windy. So windy here. I can't wait I gotta go out today and do another greenhouse update. Wait till you guys see the greenhouse. It's like it just exploded with growth. It's literally insane. Okay? It's like I went out there one day to the next and it just went. That's why I don't think I can do potatoes in there. I forgot just how tall potato leaves get. They're going to come so spilling out over. I don't even know if I'm going to be able to walk through. They are so tall, and I can't hill them up much more. So it's going to be an experiment. How's things going with you, Miss Kim? What is that? So you think? It's nice to chat with you guys. I know I don't drop the link for people to come up, but I found that over this past year, I really am more comfortable, and I like to pay attention to the chat more. I go I watch these live streams and people are talking over each other, and I get very aggravated and impatient. I'm very much I don't like it, and I figure, once in a while I'll open it up towards the end of the stream. But I really like to focus on the comments because I like it. It's just we all like different things. And I just prefer this way over it. I did it the other way. And I prefer to be able to read the chat and just interact in there. I learned so much from you guys. You have no idea. Like just now. That what was it? Getting the stains out. What was that? I forgot. I wasn't in the chat where you guys were talking about it before, but wherever you were talking about it. The ink out of my sister's work clothes. So you guys must have been talking about it in another live stream, but I did not know that you could do that. Lady Casca, I got nervous because there was so many recalls and stuff. So I buy the lettuce at the store right now until I get my own. And but I don't buy it a lot because I'm just so nervous about all these recalls, and lettuce will really mess you up. Produce. I did grow some Bib and some Crisp Head from M.I. Gardner. That's just starting to sprout now. And I did some romaine, but it's all taking so slow. But I found out, okay, I did a lettuce one. I know I did a lettuce one. Maybe I didn't do a lettuce one. Oh, yeah, right here, lettuce. I didn't do it with the stuff that he used, like, I didn't add the blood meal when I did mine. So that could be why mine's not really growing very fast. That's why I'm so grateful to be reading all this stuff. And as I write it out as I'm watching the video, then I will shut the video off and I will go into my Google Docs and I will retype all this out. And then I will bold out like where it says blood meal to add or whatever that he's adding. I bold it and highlight it, bold it and capital letters so that my eyes go right to it. So now next year or this fall when I'm doing lettuce, I'll pull this out and I'll do it in steps from start to finish. That's what I need. That's how I learn. And after I've done it a few times, I'll know, okay, this one goes, this one needs blood meal, this one don't. Like radishes, you don't use fertilizer. I threw fertilizer in all my radishes. I thought, because I planted them before I really researched. I mean, I did radishes before, but I always threw fertilizer in. You don't put fertilizer in there. You literally can just do it straight in the black cow or your compost soil. That's all you need for radishes because the fertilizer makes it bolt. I did not know that. So, and you know what he uses? He uses, okay, those under the bed storage containers, the clear ones. He flipped one over from Hefty, their Hefty brand. It's 7 inches high and it's a 52 quart. He drilled his 3/4 inch holes all throughout the bottom. He threw potting mix straight in there. And he has his own wooden template that he built with handles on the back. And he put dowels where the holes go, where you put your seeds. And he put them all on this and measured it out 3 by 3 by 3. And he pushes it right down into the soil. And he has one for the ground too. And it puts the holes all in there for him. So all he does is drop his seeds in the hole. But he did it in a under the bed storage container because it's easier. You can do all your radishes right there. So I got a bunch of those and I'm going to try that. I have a bunch of those. And underneath it has the Recycle 5, which is food safe. Because you can pick it up and move it. And I have a couple radishes that are starting to poke through in the greenhouse, but it gets very hot in there. So I don't think I'm going to want to do radishes all the time in the greenhouse. If I do, I'll do them in that container tray, keep them in there at night, and take it out during the day. Or just plant them straight outside. So that's what I'm learning is what not to plant in there and what to plant in there. But I wanted to try a little bit of everything right now so I can see, okay, what's worth putting in the greenhouse and what's not. Right now the weather's so cold still that it's okay. As long as I open up the greenhouse during the day, it shouldn't bolt. Hey, Chris Piat, Crazy Irish. It is Ginger Ninja. Everybody in this community has taught me something. Trust taught me so much about the live streams, how to get them going, how to get comfortable to do them. I will always be thankful for that because I wouldn't be sitting here right now if it hadn't been for Trust and getting up on I mean, I could have done my videos because Lake Fairy and Bigfoot really pushed, they didn't push me, but they gave me the the pep talk to do videos. Trust and God really gave me the boost I needed to do the live streams. He really was there to help me along the way, just in being patient with me and making me feel comfortable, So I'll always be grateful for him for that. Always. I don't always get on his panel because I'm just so busy right now. And our time differences, I have to get all this stuff done before I go pick up my kids, which is my daughter in an hour and her friend. So I have to bust butt in the morning because I poop out after 2:00. Every day after 2:00, I poop out. I'm like, that's where my energy starts to go down. So I have those few hours in a block of time right when I get up. It seems to be I get up at 5, get her off to school for 7, and then I have from like 7:30 till about now or a few minutes to get things done, and then I poop out. So I listen a lot to the live streams because it's what, I listen while I'm doing stuff. Like I said, the other day I was rolling all my coins while I was listening to Crazy Irish and Trust. I was sitting right at the desk rolling all my coins. And it's good to listen to stuff and it keeps me focused, and it passes the time. But I just can't sit on the live streams all day because, for one, my back, And for 2, I wasn't getting anything done. And it seems like time goes by so fast. So fast. Ginger Ninja, the corn is still growing. I lost one, but it wasn't the one you sent me. It was a different brand because I did 2 of yours and 2 of these others. And so 3 of them are still growing in this little area. I know you're supposed to do it like a 4x4, but I was just trying to see if I could even get them germinated, to be honest. I'll probably, after this season, if Chris doesn't try to choke me, I may try to find a spot to do a 4x4 plot just for corn every year. And that's what, because by the time the season's over, I'll know a little more about all these other veggies so that next year I can start on the herbs that I don't know about and the corn that I've never, you know what I mean? And because Chris has really built a lot of stuff, and he's still going to do the onion bed. Whenever he found out I ordered over 200 onion starts, he nearly wanted to choke me out. And we still gotta do another raised bed for the watermelon. Yeah. Unless we pick a spot and just dig straight in the ground, but I don't know. I have so many watermelon plants. I may just do them this year in totes. Just do them in totes because I think he's pretty much wanting to kill me with the raised beds. Yeah. Oh, have a good lunch, CJ. Dawn. It's 1:30 here. Oh wow, I've been on over an hour, but that's all right. I needed to sit down and just chit chat with you guys. I was out all morning. I wore my slippers too. I did. I wore my slippers out. I don't even. It hurts to wear my sneakers. Tonight for dinner, I was going to try and make some chicken bacon ranch pizza. Chicken ranch. I don't know what they call it, but Chris ordered it from the pizza house one day and he said it was really good. So I took a bite and it was really good. So I saw this Facebook post and where this lady made her own pizzas with the stone fire crusts. And so I actually saw them in a store. I had never noticed them before. Hey, Garden State Gardener. And I'm going to try that. Todd is in bed. He's resting. He's watching TV. It's just very stuffy up here. That's all. Just really, really stuffy. Tonight I'm going to have him take a shower and freshen up, and we'll see how he feels. I gave him Dayquil. So how are you, Garden State Gardener? Oh my God, I you're on my Facebook. I was showing Chris the naked gardening picture. You did. Oh, was it you? I believe it was you. Oh my God, I was cracking up. And so did Sutton's Days. Sutton's Days put her husband Phil with no clothes except for a flower pot right on his lap when he was sitting there. Oh my God, but Garden State Gardener. Let me see. I thought it was you that posted a. Oh, maybe it wasn't you. It was naked gardening. Didn't you do like a thumbnail or something? Oh, it was a video. Yeah, so it wasn't even on Facebook. It was, yeah. I forget where I see it because, like, I'll be doing something, then I'll just stop for a minute and I'll scroll Facebook. But then I forget where I see things. Lazaric Unleashed. I love you too, Christopher. I'm taking a break, dude. Oh yeah, because I showed Chris too. He says, "Yeah, it was Garden State Gardener." Oh my god! But Sutton's Days did one too on Facebook where she put her husband Phil with this big floppy flower hat on and no clothes on, and then this big flower pot on his lap. I nearly died when I saw that. Chris, I brought the fan outside to the greenhouse because oh man, we got bugs. We got these big honking bugs. I hope it's. Hold on, I'm just getting it. Oh, let me go flush it down the toilet. They come in from somewhere. I don't know. How you feeling, Todd? You drinking fluids? I want you to drink some water, honey. I gotta go around and close all the windows soon. What was I saying? Oh yeah, I put the fan in there. I put up the side wall where the cucumbers were, and then this big gust of wind came and took all the cucumbers, and few of them untangled from the trellis. They just ripped right off the trellis. So I shut it back down. The other side is open, and the two doors, because it was 92, and I brought the fan out there. I was going to do my video at Sandy Hook and give away Peter Pepper plants. Sandy Hook. Is that where they had that school? Where all the children? But it was the yeah, it's windy here too, Gardner. Oh, hey, Nut House. Yeah, which means it's going to be even hotter in the greenhouse. Crazy. It was 92 when I came back this morning from going out to get some things. Oh, there's a nude beach. Nude beach. My parents live on the Woodstock, Connecticut line, and there's a nude nude community camp there. It's called Solaire. They call it the nudist colony, and yeah, my dad did a lot of the work down there on the cottages and stuff, and my mother never let him go by himself. Mm-mm. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to stay home that day. I'm gonna pretty much have to go out early in the mornings to do things so that I can be home to open up the greenhouse, monitor how hot it gets in there. You can't just leave. Things will die. But wait till you see the video. I gotta go out and take a video later, and oh my god, the stuff is just popping in there. Peter Pepper. Yeah. That would be funny. Yes, because now I'm going to put out the cucumbers. If it would ever slow down with this wind is going to destroy anything. It's crazy. So I'm going to put the cucumber and tomato plants out in another day or two. And then then most of the pots and stuff will be out of the greenhouse. I'm probably just going to throw the watermelons in bins. I'll pick the biggest ones that are more along and scrap the littler ones. Optimistically cynical. Oh, for heaven's sakes, that's a troll. Thank you, Shift Kicker. Christopher. Idiot. Idiot. Anyway, I guess I gotta find something to do. I gotta. Let me see here. I gotta go outside and check the greenhouse, and I can't even walk in the garage with all the bags of soil, and I'm not done yet. I am stocking up. If we have to like stack it all on the side of the shed or something on a tarp and close it all in with other tarps so that no animals get around in there. I'm stocking and stocking while I can. I got the cheap bags of soil potting mix because I've been watching the Rusted Garden and all these other channels, and he just explained in a video the cheap bags, then the next size up and the next step up and then the next step up till where you get that expensive Miracle-Gro, and the differences and why they're so expensive and what's in them. And you really only need to go with potting mix, any kind of potting mix, as cheap as you can get it. Add peat moss to that and perlite, and you got the same stuff you're getting in that big expensive bag. So because a big bag of Miracle-Gro is now $17 when a year ago it was $9.99 or $8.99. And we paid $25 a bag for the Stonington blend, all the soil that's in the greenhouse. So I'm not doing that anymore. It's nice soil. It really is nice soil. But now I'm going to focus on getting peat moss and potting mix and making my own for all my pots and stuff. Oh, she's cooking a bacon burger. I'm making chicken bacon ranch pizza for Chris tonight on stone fire crust round pizza crusts. He liked the hot dogs. I didn't overcook the bacon. But yeah. The only thing we got to get is the wood. We'll probably get that. I probably will have him stop Friday night after work or Thursday night after work when he gets his paycheck in and get the wood for that so that we don't have to go out and get it on the weekend and then half the day's gone. It'll be here, and then he can start right off in the morning, dig out the ground, because he could probably dig out, if he gets home early enough today or during the week, we can dig out that ground and get that dug out. And then he can just drop the raised bed, the wood in, and then we can fill it with our black cow and put the onions in because they're going to be here any day. Any day. If I could handle digging into the ground, I would try to do it now. But I know I would hurt my shoulders really bad, really bad. So I'm not even going to try it. I just lifted a 3.8 cubic compressed peat moss, 2 of them out of my car. And when I took them out of the car, my car bounced back up. They were so heavy. And I just grabbed them and swung them into the garage. I parked as close as I could get to the garage. And Chris is like, why did you do that? You should have just waited. Because I have to go drive around and get Sierra and drop her friend off. I didn't want to be having my car like this all the way. Well, I don't know Crazy Irish because I've never made it before. So we'll see how it turns out. I don't know. It's going to be a new one. I'm going to do a video because I've never made a pizza like that. I've always ever made pizza with the red sauce and cheese, and that's it. And sometimes that don't even come out good. So we'll see. When I did Pampered Chef, I did a barbecue chicken pizza. That was really good. Oh my God. That was good. All right, in 6 minutes, I'm going to stop the stream because it'll be an hour and a half. And I got to go out and check on the greenhouse. I do have to sweep. I haven't swept. And I have to still do some more watching videos and rewriting and retyping out my stuff. I just want to get that binder done. I just want to get the binder done. Because then I can take it out with me when it's time to plant and I'll have everything. Oh, yeah, Crazy. Please do. Please do. If they're not too expensive, we can probably swing it and, you know, I'll take some meds and drive out there. Or I'll send Chris. Know me. Because I would like to get some big water containers and have it properly hooked up. But we need new gutters all around the house. So I'd get them and put them aside until we get brand new gutters on the house, which is something I want to do next year. And get the correct spouts and have it all done nice, like Deep South has them. And Deep South has these actual brown water barrels. They're plastic, but they look like those real old style water barrels. I would really like to get those for the corners of my house. And then have those next to them as well, as a backup. Because I noticed the black ones Chris put, I use them all the time to fill up my watering cans for the greenhouse. I know. Crazy. I can handle around here. I'm okay because I drive like slow. The new Shark cordless vacuum. Ooh, I know I got to get a new vacuum. I want something that I can lift easy and do up here because I have a lot of pain right here in my arms. Like just doing that, I could hear it popping in my arms. But I need something that has a long wand to get up there. Thank God I never got those big tall ceilings and stuff like that. God, we'd be living in cobwebs because I'd never be able to clean it. A brownie. I'll be out cold after one nibble. I was listening to you guys while I was driving. I was driving and then I had to shut you off in the store because people were looking at me funny. I had you in my pocket. Had voices coming out of my pocket. Oh God. Look what I got, Crazy Irish. I got Wyatt Earp. I want to see that. Wyatt Earp with Kevin Costner, Dennis Quaid, and Gene Hackman. It's brand new. It's never opened. I got it at the thrift store. And I got Kingpin, which I watched when it first came out with Dennis Quaid, Randy Quaid, and Woody Harrelson. Oh my God, when he had to sleep with that old person. And then I got The Ring too, because I have The Ring, and I got The Ring too. And those are going up on my DVD shelf. Did I tell you, Crazy, that my son got me the whole DVD collection of Game of Thrones, the whole box set for Mother's Day? That's going to be my winter watching when we are stuck in the house and we can't, do much. Oh yeah. Because I remember Trust was saying, don't watch season 1 if you don't have season 2 already, because you're gonna want to go right to it. So I went to the thrift stores and I found season 1 and I found season 7, and I have them. But now I have the whole season, the whole series, the whole set. Oh my God! And he bought me the 2 green stock planters, so I can do some green stock growing. Deep South has some. Roots and Refuge, I used their code and gave it to the boys, and they ordered them. So I have 2 green stocks, and I want to get 2 more for myself, probably next Mother's Day if they go on sale again. And yeah, so I got some nice Mother's Day gifts this year. Usually I tell them just get, when they ask me what I want, I just say, oh, I want scratch tickets because I love scratch tickets. But this year I wanted the Game of Thrones and and they each bought me a green stock. They were $100 on sale. And then my other son got me the DVD set. And I've been buying as they come out each season of Yellowstone. I have all 4 seasons on DVD. I'm excited because I love Yellowstone. And I have all seasons so far up to 10 of The Walking Dead. I got that whole series. Yep. That way, if we ever had to go and drop our streaming services, we'd have plenty to watch. Plenty. Plenty. I had hundreds and hundreds of DVDs before when I was younger, and I got rid of them all, never thinking that, we'd be in the situation where we could lose our, I never thought back then. So now I'm stocking up on DVDs. Crazy. Me and Chris really wanted the DVD One Crazy Summer with John Cusack and Demi Moore. So I ordered it. And it came in, and we watched that the other night when we were eating our Chinese, and then we watched What About Bob? Oh, it was such a nice night. Those 2 movies are hilarious. Oh, all right, guys. Well, it's been an hour and a half, so I'm gonna let y'all go get about your day. I gotta go out in the greenhouse, check and make sure nothing flew away, and get ready to pick up Sierra in a little while and clean up a little bit. But it was nice talking with you all. I'm glad you all stopped by. Oh my God, I love Bob. What about Bob when he's trying to wake him up and he's shaking him and cock-a-doodle-doo, Bob. And then all of a sudden the alarm goes off and Bob opens up his eyes. Oh. Well, thank you all for coming. I'm going to get off here now and go do some stuff. I sat down long enough. And everybody have a great day. Go get some stuff done. Go get some things that you need, because from what I'm seeing up here, we're really starting to see it's harder to get things. So, and I got to go figure out how to make this pizza later. As soon as I come back with Sierra, that's when I'll rest for an hour and then I start dinner. But everybody have a great day. I'm going to go and fly out to the greenhouse because as soon as I go outside, I'm going to get blown right over there.